Alright, hello everyone, welcome to ZSR4. Today we've got another Link to the Past randomizer match between, this is brackets round 1 game between ARabidWombat and Nochibato. Apologies for the no audio previously. Windows updates broke OBS audio routing. It is now fixed, and I'm handing it to our comms. Sorry about that.
Hey there, James FNX here. Talon along beside me, Talon116. Talon, how you doing?
Doing all right. Let's enjoy some challenge go.
Yeah, never update Windows. Clearly, is the lesson we've learned today. And this is standard hard between these two runners, or open hard between these two runners. So you're going to be seeing a lot of pieces of heart. The big difference is you'll be seeing a bow and silvers are separate. There's only one bow out there in the world instead of two, as you would normally see. And a lot less in the way of safeties and magic bar safeties. Those are the two big considerations here.
Yeah, open heart definitely. The highlights are look at all our pieces of hearts and oh, you like magic, too bad.
One thing we do like is boots. We find those in the Lost Woods hideout. Both runners starting out in this very same routes, checking Lumberjack Hut, coming from Sanctuary into Kakariko, trying to get these tree poles, which pretty valuable here, 80 rupees a pole.
Yeah, having something that's starting money, making sure we have access to bombs, and then both runners having boots about the same time, so we don't have one of those situations where one runner has boots for 20-30 minutes before the other one. So it's nice, even start, plenty of accessories, plenty of ammo. Let's get down to the crux of it.
Yeah, our first kind of diversion here, Wombat heading over to take a look at the Bonk Rocks, and Nochibato just heading directly into Kakariko. This is game 3. Winner will move on in the brackets to take on TT Chaos. Loser will be done. Nochibato picked up game 1's victory in the Fad Keys mode, and Wombat with game 2 win in standard boots.
Yeah, both of the initial games in this round were very close and competitive, and I believe both of these runners actually know each other a little bit, are members of other Discords, so they've kind of run with each other once or twice, so it's been a really good match between them.
Early hook shot, early flute. Lots of goodies here in Kakariko so far. Silvers.
Yeah, so seeing those silvers is kind of the other side of the weird part with open hard, is that the bow is separate from the silver arrows. It's not a progressive bow situation. So our runners have silvers, and that's great, but they still don't have anything to shoot it with until that bow decides to show itself.
Yeah, it could definitely lead to situations where you don't have to worry about certain parts of like House of Darkness hunting for a bow. We haven't had any map checks yet to see what crystals and pendants we have in the light world. So as of yet, we don't even know if Palace of Darkness is going to be required today. We will need that bow eventually, maybe, depending on how our runner's knowledge and what our crystals are.
Yeah, and maybe I missed it in the beginning, kind of weirdness going on, but was there a map check yet?
I don't think either runner has checked the map. Both just went to Sanctuary, got some bombs, and went on the merry way. Our tracker today, Home Record, checking in. Also, pretty sure we have not seen a map check from that perspective. We did find a bottle here in Kakariko. We'll get the glove. So Nochibato is going to be able to tie that Bonk Cross check in with the back of Sanctuary and be a little bit more efficient. A few seconds here and there could be the difference, but kind of like I don't think I would have rushed back over to check Bonk Rocks if I was Wombat there.
Yeah, definitely one of those where it just peaks in your head of, oh, I can do this now, and they don't want to leave it behind. So yeah, it's going to be a slight inefficiency, but based on the information and the pieces they had at the time, I mean, it's not one that can really be faulted. So, but yeah, I agree with you. It could be a little bit more efficient for Nochi. And as runners, especially in this game, we're always like, I want the boots and the flute and movement and hookshot and flexibility. Well, now you have them all at once, so now you get to answer the great question of, the entire world's open, where do you want to go first?
Yeah, the world is very much your oyster here. Nochibato's going to head to South Shore. Lots of good options. Run over, check out Sarashala's hut, get those 3 items there, and flute away to somewhere else and not have to like walk out of the area or save and quit, or worse yet, try and commit to an Eastern Palace you can't beat yet. Also, tons of items on the mountain. Just lots of different things our runners could do here.
Oh, nice lamp.
And we also see Bombos on Desert Ledge. Ways away from grabbing that, but Wombat's going to have that knowledge that Bombos is there, and if it's required, might have a little bit of an advantage getting back to that item.
I like Wombat's play here of, I have the flute, so let me just check the Desert Ledge and Agina, because these are normally terrible to get to, so if I can just route them even just a little bit faster, I like the thoroughness. It is rewarded with the flippers.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to stay out of Nochibato's grasp for too long, because you do have the flute. Now he's got the book. You got a reason to head over to that area as well. Finding that book in Mini Moldorm Cave. If this wasn't boots early and flute early, that could be even bigger of a get for Wombat, but I don't see that being out of Nochibato's grasp for too long.
Yeah, it's going to be another one of those things where the choice by Wombat seems good at the time, and then just waiting that little bit for the book. Now, once you get a weapon, going into desert makes a lot more sense. So for Nochi, it might be even more pliable. As we find the fire out on the back of Escape, can we just have go mode at 10 minutes? Good lord.
We have found a lot of things already, that is for sure. But another piece where perfectly reasonable choices are going to end up being a little more efficient for Nochibato than Wombat. Wombat not having that lamp, choosing not to check Dark Cross from the back of Escape. We found the Moon Pearl on the old man. That is locked in behind that lamp that Wombat's about to grab here. So already we're 7.5 minutes in. We're one of 2 items away from Dark World access already. Desert Palace with that fire rod is now on the table.
Yeah, let's just put hammer and bow in Paradox Cave and make this a party.
Is that the kind of seed you want to have in a game 3? Something where everything is just put out in front of you? We get a quick map check from Nochibato. It looked like 3 crystals in the light world. Desert might have been a 5-6. I know that Eastern and Hera were not.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. Part of you wants it to be, I don't mean last locating, whoever last locates the ice rod first is the winner, because then it's just pick your pendant dungeon. But on the other hand, I guess it's how much you believe in your execution over your opponents in this scenario of, I have everything first, how fast can you smash, through dungeons, just get the crystals? I don't know. It's an interesting thought, considering how one-sided and aggressive the progression has been so far.
Yeah, you definitely get to a point where you start having to make decisions. Do I want to grab more? As we find a mirror, just even more progressions found. It's so early in the seed. We're less than 10 minutes in. You definitely get to a point in a seed like this where you're finding all these things early, and you're having to make a decision. Do I feel confident in my ability to beat the game with 6 or 7 or 8 hearts and the bare minimum?
Speaking of the bare minimum, Wombat, going into a Crystal Desert Palace, your fire rod shots better be pretty on point, or else this could be a long trip for nothing.
It does have the lamp, though, so we'll be able to enter the boss fight on full magic.
Yeah, but once again, we go back to decisions made. Nochibato waiting, gonna have that mirror. We'll be able to route Desert Palace a little more efficiently once they get inside. Be able to warp back to the front after this check.
Just the mirror on the mountain.
Yeah, Nochi lacking an item or a weapon that can put down Moldorms. Not going to even consider Hair right now. Just don't blame them, so much of the world is open.
And Nochi is going to head... Bonkrux. That makes sense. Yeah, this will be the Bonkrux in the back of escape play that I mentioned earlier. And Nochibato will also get to take this to Dark Cross. Nochi decides not to head to Dark Cross from there. That's interesting.
Yeah, having that small key and map in the back of Escape, Dark Cross is an item of some type, value yet undetermined. But yeah, could have easily just fit that in. That's an interesting choice.
Instead, it's going to make a Houlihan play and make his way to Zora.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this play. Just fitting it in while you can.
Yeah, and we know the flippers are out there, but with Moon Pearl, Notebotto's not going to miss any of those flippers checks. And Wombat's going to put himself to the test here against Landmo with just the Fire Rod. Also bombs. Bombs will hurt. It is a kind of a trickier fight. Already spent those 2 extra shots.
Oh, just fractionally short. Nah, it doesn't want to mess with it. That's what I was worried about.
I think it's worth the effort. You've got 1 hit on that Moldorm already. You can, or the Landmo already. You could finish it off with bombs.
Yeah, do some kamikaze strats and get a couple of those hits in if necessary.
Yeah, with plenty of health too. That's real unfortunate for Wombat. Both are runners in the same general area right now.
Yeah, I feel like once you make that call to test that fight, you have to use all your resources to get the job done if possible. But knowing that there's no item behind the boss, already having found 2, it's just decided, well, I'll just come back to this later.
And Nochi did not set up Water Walk, but does get the fake flipper, or maybe storing Water Walk to use it out of under the bridge, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I believe they had set up the stored Water Walk for this.
Yeah, so he'll get this item and then go fast all the way to Waterfall Cave and Zora. Wombat gonna head to Uncle in the front of Escape. Let's do our first look at Uncle this seed. I can't imagine with everything we've found that Uncle Routers will be rolling in dough. There can't be too much here. How about $5?
Yeah, Uncle Router's in shambles this seed.
Yep.
Yeah, not to go back to that Landmo fight too much more, but with that flute in a somewhat abundance of cash, Wombat could have picked up a green potion before that Landmo fight and really made it safe for themselves.
Yeah. That is something I'm sure if he goes back to review this race, might kick himself a little bit for. But I do like, once you've decided to give up, do something else, keep moving forward, don't get stuck on something.
Yeah, definitely a hindsight kind of a thing. Like, well, yeah, of course, it's easy to say that now than at the time when you're trying to be aggressive, especially in a Grain 3 situation.
And Wombat trying to conserve that magic using bombs, kill the blue guard.
Oh, when we see a sword sitting there on Zora Ledge. Nochi doesn't know it yet, but that is a very in-logic weapon.
It is, and this piece of art is not worth the reward. We'll see if Nochibato can get this He's stuck now, though.
I see what they were trying to do the double sword. I didn't think that setup was going to work that way, but good shot.
Yeah.
If they ever go to Agina, those flippers are going to go, oh.
Yeah, I think it goes to Gina. Yeah. Is he trying to get that sword again?
That looks like they're going to try for it again. Front of escape pretty empty.
Still have Dark Cross. We know that is an item. What else do we have available to us? We got Eastern Palace and Strassla's Hut.
Well, with that sword, it's a clearable arrow.
Not. Oh, with the mirror. Yep, that is a clearable arrow with that sword. So we got Strassla's Hut, whatever we can get out of Eastern, and Era for 2 items. Just a piece of heart in Dark Cross, so Nochibato is not going to be too broken up about leaving that on the table. And there's the double water walk.
Yep.
Almost gets sniped.
That would have been awful. Oh, no. Yeah, great job committing to the sword there. I'm not sure what that one was so much better than the other one, but we got there at the end, so great job, Nochi. The double water walk setup kind of eludes me as far as why it works and why it doesn't.
Now, Nochibato going to take this sword and the book, head into desert. Will not have the same problems that Wombat had here in terms of beating the boss. And I suspect at this point, Nochibato is going to be first to Hera as well, already having that sword that Wombat hasn't scouted out yet. And Wombat will have the choice between water checks and Strassla Eastern after this.
Yeah, and I don't quite remember, but unless there's a stash of money in here, I don't think Wombat's going to head to Zora quite yet, being lacking the cash. I would expect to see them do Saha Eastern.
Not much in the way of cash. Lots of pieces of heart. 440 is such an awkward number. That's 2 farms at M Cave.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Having those gloves, Wombat can farm some money if they want to, but that always feels so slow.
Yeah, if it was 450 and you only had to go in there once, then you might think about it, but
Right, and the flute makes that call a little bit easier. Like, okay, I mean, at least I can get down there a little quicker, but it always just feels like such a slog.
Nochibato going to head into Landmol's fight. Has that sword, so won't get stuck on magic here. And it is going to be water checks. Oh no, this is...
Oh,
the tree pull is
tree pull
for 80 rupees. This is smart.
Yeah, this is a great call. This is, I would have to assume, noticeably faster than just going ahead and grabbing out of that money cave. So it's a heads up play. Yeah, rather than just running over to the waterfall cave and hoping there's some money is in there, just make sure to grab the tree pull.
Smart and use the NMG portal by Wombat as Nochibato gets through Landmo, picks up crystal number 1. And now Nochibato's got a decision. Do you do beatable Crystal Hera, which is 2 items, or do you go for more items but a potential double dip in the Eastern Strassel area?
I think I like Saha here a little bit more, in the hopes of only having to climb the mountain one more time if you get something like Mitz. Nochi grabbing those flippers and realizing, oh yes, this sword is in logic, thanks.
Now that Nochibato knows that sword is in logic too, now you start having these gross thoughts of, what if my progression is another sword instead of a glove or a hand or mitts?
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah, because with gloves and hook, you can access the west side of Dark World. Oh no, James, what have you done?
It's a sinking feeling I have every time I see a lamp more than or less than 5 minutes into a seed.
I hadn't even considered it. I was just like, oh yeah, hammer, second glove's sitting somewhere, right? Oh no.
Our ether tablet is not a piece art, it's just some cash. Nochi's picking the completable dungeon. Oh no, Brave, this is the channel I can curse on. This isn't speed gaming. Nice hair pot from Nochibato.
Yeah, love that Philly pot setup there. Just backing into the bomb and bounced it into the pot.
Looks like Wombat's got the same idea. We're just going to get crystals done and see where the seed takes us. There's a hammer. Nothing to worry about.
See, no problems.
Yeah, there's definitely two mindsets here, whether you want to do hair immediately or kind of hold out. You got a mirror. There's potential for finding mitts in the eastern area and then getting to loop that Hera in with all the Dark Death Mountain checks too. But we do have our Dark World access. We got pendants at Ice Palace, Misery Mire. I missed where the third one was at.
Yeah, Green Pendant Thieves Town, always an interesting choice for our runners. It's a completable dungeon right off the pop, but it is a pendant, but it's green. Like there's gonna be a lot of do I what I hana what, but Skullwoods is completable right off the go. So it'll be interesting to see what our runners want to choose.
Yeah, there's nothing I love more than a 7-heart green male Mothula.
James, can I tell you something that I love?
What's that?
A beatable Swamp Palace as soon as you get into Dark World. Yes, give me all of that action.
Oh, absolutely.
Nochibato, once again, showing why he's my guy, going for Swamp Palace. I assume. I assume he's going for
Hide Cave first, then maybe get a sword and speed up this Argus fight a little bit, but absolutely Swamp Palace right away.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Hype Cave first. Let's not be crazy.
And our 5/6s are Turtle Rock and Skull Woods.
I'm going to concur with your assessment. Yes, I think that's correct. Health and some ordnance. So, I don't know what they were planning in Hype Cave, but... Yes. Yes, Nochi.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely Swamp Palace here. Like, going through Swamp Palace with Fighter Sword is pretty bad, but the second sword doesn't speed your trip up here that much. It's just on the boss fight. And 6 items, it's gonna be hard to pass that up.
Meanwhile, Wombat taking on Moldorm, and Moldorm getting a little bump in the face. Wombat, it's alright. Gonna try this one more time.
Yeah, Moldorm is really looking for cuddles on Wombat's side.
Oh, it's a glowworm. I will see nothing else now.
Yeah, and Wombat's gonna be seeing this Moldorm for a while at this rate.
It's fine, he likes it. He likes Moldorm. He tells me all the time. So, James, I don't know if you've heard, but ever so often it's said in the winds that there's always a sword in Swamp. But are there myths in Swamp today?
If there are, then why is that there?
Right? Right.
We shall see what's in the Swamp Palace. So far, not much, but lots of checks still in this dungeon. Wombat's got the hammer, crystal number 1 to Nochibato's 2, and gonna take a look at the north side. So both runners choosing beatable dungeons, just in different parts of the world.
Yeah, maybe Wombat thinking I can route down from Skull Woods, get a bunch of checks on the way, and then finish up and have a better chance of cleaning up Swamp faster with this approach.
Yeah, I know. I like doing Swamp more. The sword matters a lot more in the Mothula fight than it does in Argus. And you want to give yourself as many opportunities to just ignore Thieves Town as you can, I think, since it's a pendant.
Yeah, I like it also because I want as many chances to avoid the Smith Chain as possible. So after a Swamp Palace, you can mirror, check the Bombos tablet, get K45, Stumpy, dig game, and then mirror and go right up from there into Skullwood's Vu area. So I think both routes have merit. I don't know that you can credit one being better than the other outside of personal preference, because they are both beatable crystals. So
yeah, absolutely. Nochibato's committed to the diver down here, flooded that key. Gets done though, nicely done.
Yeah, that is a trick that I've only recently been able to pull off successfully myself. So that bomb diver down, definitely a helpful thing to have in the toolbox, and Nochi showing it off with great execution there. Great job.
Yeah, and finding that early big key makes it very easy for Nochibato to commit to doing this left side.
Yeah, early in the game still, first trip into Dark World, you find one of the 3 dungeon items. It kind of just tells you might as well just knock this out in one try.
Yeah, the big key especially though, because you get to you sometimes get in these situations where I could do left side, and then I find the big key either in Waterfall or on the boss, and then I got to come back in anyways, and it's so much cleaner when you know you have the big key found. You can get all these checks in. You're going to make one trip out of it.
But left side paying off huge, because there is the bow.
That is our one and only bow.
So rather than south checks, I could see Nochi going straight east here, grabbing Pod and Eastern in one nice little package. And having not seen Saha yet, this could be real huge.
Yeah, this is going to work out really well for Nochibato. Going to be able to put 4 dungeons, 6 dungeons actually, in the books before even having to decide whether you want to hop into Thieves Town or not.
Yeah, and plenty of checks between here and there to grab the last couple items they need. This could turn into a real jetter if it's on the way.
Yeah, all we need at this point, we need a sword somewhere. We need mitts. We need an ice rod and Samaria and some kind of medallion. We already have 2 of them, though.
Wombat taking a little too much damage from Mothula, but has that fairy in the pocket from Waterfall.
And spend the last little bit of magic, get a couple hits in, then switch back to the hammer. Having a little trouble getting above Mothula. Mothula's kind of been in somewhat favorable positions to try and get this hammer kill with, but Wombat's just had a little bit of trouble getting past the spikes to get on the other side.
Oh, gets it at the end. Great job. Yeah, Mothula once again proving that the worst part of that fight is the room.
Yeah, nicely done. Wombat would have felt real bad already having the Landmo fight go sideways on him if that fight also went away from him. But gets out of there, gets the kill, gets a crystal.
Yeah, don't believe Wombat's seen any of the items yet, so I'm going to go down here and look at under the bridge. Well, Nochi going to employ some silver strats on Argus. Gets through the puffs without mirroring on accident and puts him down. Great job.
Yeah, I am terrified of that strategy because I know I will misclick and end up on mirror.
So really nice full clear by Nochi, grabbing the all-important bow and another crystal out of Swamp. Let's see where they want to go. I would guess they're going to go east at this point, though. I would be thinking Dungeon Rush pretty fast.
Yeah, you've got 6 crystals you either beaten or can beat. I think you do check Bombo's tablet like Nochibato is doing over here. See if there's something locked in it, and then you just go do dungeons and figure it out from there.
Do you play a little thorough here? Grab those south checks like we were talking about with K45 and then just mirror over to the eastern pod area, or do you just run from here? I'm not against checking those south ones either, just for being a little thorough.
Yeah, I'm not against it either, but you have a flute. You can get back to that area of the world quickly, and you're not committed to hopping into Thieves Town when you flute over to 3 and get into the Dark World over there. You can just run down after doing Village Outcast checks and doing that. So I like just getting dungeons out of the way right now.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Nochibato did do a little bit of math wrong. It's going to find 4 rupees somewhere around here.
Oh no, Nochi. I think at this point I just go check pyramid, run up mirror, do catfish if you have to. Get some checks out of the way, kill some enemies on the way. It's bad no matter what, but
yeah, it doesn't look like anything's in the rupee pool that's here. Homewrecker making a very good point. Just go to Eastern Palace first. Get into the rupee room there.
Yep, great call. Just check Saha. He may have a $20.
Yeah, that's also true. Wombat through Skull Woods, taking a look at Bumper Ledge, take a look at these mirror checks and King's 2.
Saha not having anything in the back of his closet, but that lucky $5 coming in the
$5, good enough. Just don't get hit.
With a penny to his name, but a chip in a chair, he's good to go.
And Graveyard Ledge, just a piece of art.
Yeah, I feel like Wombat really needs something in one of these obscure checks to be something that puts him in go mode a little sooner than Nochi, because Nochi really feels like they've got the route right now.
Yeah, I agree. But if we have a classic like Mitts in King's Tomb, that could help out a lot. Or even better, Ice Rod in King's Tomb.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like
What's
Ice
a
Rod
piece
would
of
have been a piece of heart. Stop us if you've heard that before. But I feel like Mitts in that area actually may have cost him a little bit because it would have probably forced Smith Chain on him.
Yeah.
Oh, but not even going back to Vu. Looks like they're heading for their hype swamp play, so never mind.
Yeah. Wombat being a little allergic to pendants. It's the way I play personally. If I've got boots this early in a seed, I don't want to spend any more time in a pendant dungeon than I absolutely have to.
There's a sword. No problems.
Nochibato on Master Sword now. Such a convenient place for it, too, getting to clear out the jellies in that room without any effort. We'll see if Wombat commits to left side swamp after a couple of missteps, one in desert, and then not really misstep, just a slow fight against Mothula. Might be feeling a little bit of pressure here. We'll see if that affects his decision making here in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that's a great point. Even with those couple of knockdowns to Moldorm as well, maybe feeling a little bit of a pressure. And then, the old adage in Randomizer in general of, well, my opponent's done everything perfect, I must be behind. Maybe feels like they need to make a play, but here's hoping they don't get that mentality too quickly.
Indeed. Pretty convenient key layout in Palace of Darkness. Be able to avoid both the big key chest and Harmless Hellway.
Big key chest was the Master Sword, so...
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
At least you only get to avoid one of them, at least.
Yeah, and I guess if you're going to have to be forced into do one of them, getting a sword out of it, pretty nice.
Certainly beats another piece of heart, that's for sure.
Piece of heart. Could you imagine in this seed? So, Cape for Nochi. We've seen Graveyard Lead, we've seen Bumper Lead, so we know we don't have to have that for any kind of progression, but I'm not going to say no to it if they're just going to give it to you.
Does open up Spike Cave as a check. Along with that bottle.
So kind of a recap for this mode. It's a 7-7 defeat Ganon. So there are 10 dungeons in the game. 7 of them have crystals, and we need to have all 7 of those crystals to be able to open up Ganon's tower, and then climb that tower to access the Ganon fight, and then eventually kill the pig. There's certain item requirements on the way to beat each dungeon and or Ganon themselves, which our players have to figure out based on what dungeons are required. But once we have 7 crystals, we'll climb the tower and finish the game off. This is a modified open hard, so while we can still get 20 hearts through heart pieces, our runners are capped at 3 swords. The bows are non-progressive, so they have to find the one and only bow somewhere in the game, which we know Nochi has found in Swamp Palace. There is no armor upgrades. There is only 1 shield. I don't know why. And other fun stuff like... Oh, and there's only 1 bottle instead of 4.
Yeah, and no half magic.
Yes, thank you. That's the one that breaks my heart, so I don't like admitting it.
Fair enough. Wombat did get this big key and decided to do left side swamp, so that's good. That's good for the race. Wombat's going to find this bow and not make us all sad. Meanwhile, pretty just by the book standard quick clear of as quick as you can a Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, Pod really not given much except for that sword. That, I mean, we're not complaining, but kind of hoping something else was hanging out in here.
Absolutely. Silver arrows make this phase 2 super quick. And it's a piece of heart.
What? Gasp, surprise, shock, and awe.
But already we are just 40 minutes into this, and that's crystal number 4. And we're a mirror away from crystal number 5 in Eastern Palace for Nochibato. Another clean diver down from Wombat.
Yeah, both of our runners are making those bomb diver downs look real easy.
So outside of these checks, what do we got left for us? We got the pyramid, got catfish.
Yeah, all of the Village of Outcasts. I don't think Wombat touched anything in there.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. So that's a certainly much more dense location for both owners to check out than ever going to catfish. And Wombat is going to use double spin strats, or trying to at least. Not as fast as the Silver Arrow strats, but no risk of mirroring yourself back to the start of the dungeon.
Oh, just unable to get that one right before that last spin cycle, but gets through it. One silver arrow, down goes Argus.
That's crystal number 3 for Wombat. And I have to presume that Wombat's going to take this over to Eastern Pod as well. Yep. Doesn't check out Bombo's tablet.
Alright, doesn't look like Eastern's our answer either. It's just going to be a quick run through the dungeon and grab a crystal. Sure, we'll see Nochi flute over and grab Skullwoods after this, but once that's done and once Wombat's through Eastern, it'll be a real question of what to do next.
Yeah.
Boo in Thieves Town, especially with the green pin, makes a lot of sense.
I think there's a world where Wombat just decides, hey, if it's in Thieves Town or if it's in Village Outcasts, I'm probably late to it, so I gotta hope it's at Pyramid or at Catfish.
Yeah, I could see that being a world too. Of, all right, I already started there. Don't want to go back if we can avoid it. Whereas for Nochi, Pyramid Catfish might be, well, they're dead to me.
Exactly.
I want my dungeons.
You might even see Nochibato check the Village Outcasts overworld locations and then head into Skullwood, so if he so chooses, he can run over and do Catfish at the end. But I guess
that's a great point.
That's about the same as just mirroring and fluting back to 3. I guess it's about the same either way, honestly. Eastern Palace done for Nochibato. Crystal number 5 on the board already at 45 minutes.
It looks like Nochi's going to decide to run out. So that's another choice, not wanting to leave these behind. But yeah, I like your north route idea, honestly. But yeah, Nochi's gonna run out of here, check the Pyramid Catfish, and then never have to think about this part of the world again.
I don't hate it in a game 3 situation where you just don't want to lose to a bad location. And this seed has gone so fast so far that I can't imagine Nochibato feels bad about his position right now. And that's a mushroom. That's
great time
it's
to
along
get
the
it.
way. It's actually really great.
Yeah, you're going that way. Oh wait, sorry, obligatory. Oh good, a mushroom.
Who doesn't love a mushroom? Not even gonna stop and check it here. Maybe just forgot. It's one of those things you're just like, oh, why would I ever mirror here?
Well, with the flute, you're gonna mirror after Catfish anyway.
Yeah, maybe choosing to save and quit and then scum it potentially. Although with already having Hammer, not having Samaria, it's kind of a low percentage save scum of that mushroom at this point. Catfish not the answer.
Our tracker in shambles.
Nochibato says, heck you to the mushroom. We're going to go to Skull Woods.
It's an interesting choice. I'm definitely one of those runners that when I see a fetch quest, if I'm not in go mode, I definitely think, well, there has to be something on there, right? And with the flute and or mirror when passing it, very quick to turn it in. But yeah. Nochi seemingly very focused on, nope, crystals. I want crystals. Give me those crystals.
And Nochi might just be considering it is very quick to get back there with the flute. Don't have to do it right now. Maybe this is just the jet, the absolute jet seed, and I don't ever have to worry about it. And I keep it for later.
Yeah, definitely not to the point where I'm going to be questioning Nochi's choices here, because they've really made some good ones, where we've seen Wombat take items and go check them immediately. You know, Nochi waiting until the very next item all of a sudden makes his route a little more clean, and we've seen the advantage of that, so...
Yeah. All right, these runners kind of duplicating each other's efforts right now. We've got just the Village Outcasts and okay, Village Outcasts. We have Thieves Town and Spike Cave as our remaining locations.
Nochi taking time to go ahead and check that pedestal as well, making sure their ice rod's not hiding in the worst place in the game.
Yeah, hard to blame Nochibato for doing that, even though we are real far away from I guess we're just mitts and Samaria away from pedestal being a thing, TM. But that's almost all the things we need to beat the game.
Not a pedestal seed, so I can already see Scottish just logging off now. Completely disinterested now.
Yeah, there really is nothing Scottish Brave loves more than a pedestal seed. And Nochibato into the Mothville fight, having a better sword than Wombat did coming into this fight, along with a little bit extra health.
Nochi, there we go. Nochi having the same problem where every hammer hit seems to be right next to a spike, and Mothla is not playing fair. But eventually gets the drop down, grabs their crystal.
And that's crystal number 6 for Nochibato at 50 minutes. We just need one more crystal and 3, maybe 4 things to get it. What an easy game.
Yeah, if you're in Nochi's position, I think maybe even Wombat's too, because you know there's 6 crystals you can have at 50 minutes. But Nochi having 6 crystals at 50, part of me is thinking, it's pretty great. It's a pretty wide open scene. All right, now you got to start digging for 3 items still. Yeah, you find your density here and just start peeling through it as fast as you can.
Yeah, Village Outcast, you're just not worrying about your one-off checks. You're going to Village Outcast. You're making those 3 checks there. At this point, you're committed to hopping into Thieves Town. There's so many items that you still need for this one last dungeon. And really, you're just hoping to find Mitt's last.
Yeah, I guess if there is a silver lining here, Thieves Town is Green Pendant. There's 5 items here. There's not one thing you're going to find that's going to make you leave. You're going to finish it anyway. So you have that mentality in your mind of, all right, let's just go push through it and hope I find at least 2 of the 3. Oh, Mitsugo mode. Could you imagine such a dream? Oh man.
If only. The only thing better is Hammer Go mode, honestly.
Oh, you say the sweet words. For Wombat, once they get through in Eastern, if they can resist the call to like a pyramid and a catfish, that's going to save them some time that Nochi invested. Still don't know the value of that mushroom, but
yeah, that will be an interesting one to look at. Nochibato can't avoid the Siren Song of Graveyard Ledge here, along with King's Tomb.
Yeah, I think that goes back to what you were saying before of, you don't want to lose to one bad check, and knowing you need 3 items, this doesn't feel as bad.
I think the worst part in this position for these two is you need Mitts, you need Samaria, you need Ice Rod. You might still need Quake, too.
Yep, that's a great point. And responded to a comment in chat, I mean, if you go into Thieves Town and you find Mitts early, do you bail?
No.
I don't think so, yeah. I mean, maybe if you're Wombat, because that gets you back to Desert to finish it. There's no items there, but you need to. But you can justify it with, I get to check the Mire area.
Yeah, I could see that for Wombat. It's really hard for me if I am committing time to going into a pendant dungeon and I need more than one thing. It is really hard for me to leave that pendant dungeon without getting everything there.
Yeah, Nochi having to save and quit now is going to check that mushroom. I would expect if it's nothing, they'll scum it. But yeah, because Mitts do just get you another pendant dungeon in Ice Palace. So I feel like you just got to commit to finishing it.
Yeah, you get Ice Palace, you get Mire Shed, you get some amount of Mire. That's a shovel. This, why is that there?
Come on.
I actually think that was the actual gimmick from Why Is That There?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mitts lead to shovel, lead to...
Yeah, mushroom leads to shovel, which leads to powder.
That's right. Shout out to Heim, Cody.
The shovel lets us stick into the ground, but there's one specific spot here that has an item, and it's, a piece of heart.
Oh, a piece of...
And there's the scum. So in the vanilla Link to the Past game, you need the shovel to dig that spot of flowers to find your flute, which is hard required to beat the game. So in Randomizer, where we mix all the items up, something else is buried in that one spot. So we call it a fetch quest, because go fetch.
Yeah, there's 3 of those fetch quests in the game. We just saw 2 of them. There's also Magic Powder, which is a nice safety item, but also unlocks 1 check in Kakariko Village, the Magic Bat. All right, both our runners are making their way to the Village Outcasts.
Yep, and with the exception of the Landmo kill and desert, and then now the mushroom sequence of checks, all have checked basically the same things.
Yeah, just catfish and pyramids still on Wombat's side that have not been checked. This really is a race to find that progression. There's a Quake, so that takes care of the medallion question. There's the powder. We're right here. That's a nice quick check.
I'm not checking that powder until I find mitts or something. I'm not wasting a mirror transition for that, I think. Okay.
Yeah, I'm certainly not doing powder over Thieves Town at this point.
Nochi absolutely loving that powder after scumming the mushroom.
Oh, that's the best feeling in the world. You just want to like crawl in a corner and die at that point.
I tell you, if I would have found the mitts in Vu, I think I would have mirrored and checked a couple things before coming back in here, just in case.
I would have done hammer pegs and smiths. Purple chest can.
Oh yeah, no, it could rot
exist.
in a hole. I even probably would have mirrored and checked the mire area, because if you leave your, oh, never mind, that would destroy your portal. I take it back. I would not have done those things.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. I actually think there's a pretty good case though for if you found the mitts in Village Outcast and not in Thieves Town to just do get the checks in Mire and get the checks. We saw Quakes. You're not worrying about a medallion. But just get the checks because you get back to that area very quickly. But now we're in Thieves Town. You just go through this whole dungeon. And I'm looking at this. I don't think either runner has checked Dig Game or Stumpy either.
No, there were some options from going from Swamp we talked about to check those things, but the bow really flipped the script on that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing what we know, there has to be something here or on those south checks, right? There's nothing left.
Spike Cave.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, I know. No one's ever... Yeah, both runners are in a pack to last location, that one. That is for sure. Yeah, so far, just a big empty Thieves Town green pendant. There's vanilla mitts. Just pure vanilla mitts.
Is there anything more vile in Randomizer than vanilla anything?
I mean, this is one of the worst ones, that's for sure. I think the only thing worse is like vanilla fire rod.
Oh, yeah. Vanilla hammer. Ugh.
Yeah.
With everything that the runners have gotten done, though, I don't feel like any of them's going to feel bad about finding mitts there. They've gotten plenty of progression and required things completed. That you're
Absolutely.
just like, okay, I found something in here. There had to be something.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't be too upset having 6 crystals done, now just finding your mitts. You're just a little frustrated that you still need an ice rod and you still need some Aria.
So Wombat following that blind script really well and finishing the boss. Nochi got a little off on the second one, but gonna get him here in a second. There it is.
Yeah. Green pendants for everyone.
So yeah, here's your divergence again. Now what do you feel like doing? Do you want to do the Smith Chain? Do you want to just get out of here and go check the mountain? Do you want to check the Mire area? Do you want to go to Ice Palace?
Yeah, I don't want to go to Ice Palace, that's for sure. I like this from Wombat. I think you want to do your dig game. You do your Smith, you do your hammer pegs, and then you make your decision. These are things you were going to do no matter what.
Shout out Tiverius37 for coming in with the raid. Hey man, how's it going? Welcome to a pretty tight race between ARabidWombat and Nochibato in their Game 3 match in the Challenge Cup brackets.
Yeah, our mode du jour today is open hard, and we got a real close one. We got Wombat with 5 crystals, Nochibato with 6. The big difference at this point, Wombat made a play on Landmo very early with just the Fire Rod, ran out of magic, and decided he didn't have the resources to finish the fight. Had some bombs, maybe could have finished it, maybe not, but left the dungeon. Nochibato came that way with a sword, was able to beat Lambo no problem. So we are pretty much in parity in checks that have been done. It's just that one crystal difference right now that has Nochibato a little bit ahead right now. Yeah, you get the Smith here. I don't think there's any way you grab purple chest. There just isn't, right? Magic powder time for Wombat. It's not a piece of art. Wombat is going to grab purple chest and take a look at K45. Both runners are going to grab purple chest and take it along. So neither runner willing to gamble on purple chest being nothing. Both are going to take a look at K45 along the way, and Stumpy as well.
Yeah, both runners having to be a little bit thorough here, not wanting to leave something behind, but it's just like begrudging these slow checks.
Yeah. I just feel like those mitts open up enough where you could say no thanks to purple chest. But still being 2 items away for both runners.
What? The Smith Jam is terrible? What? No.
I can't believe it.
So, Nochi, having already checked Bombo's tablet, knowing it's nothing, is going to bamf out of here. And then we'll see what they want to do.
Wombat had to dodge the duck so he could read Bombo's tablet, get that heart container.
Oh, Nochi has not done the front of escape yet.
No,
or
this
Uncle.
This is some time Wombat's going to be able to make up.
Yeah, Wombat going to take this opportunity to go probably finish off Landmo as well. We're going to have a very tight race all of a sudden.
Yeah, a couple fresh checks here at Meyer Shed.
So assuming the Meyer area gives you nothing, like, what do you pick?
So what do we got? We got Ice Palace for 3, and then 7 items on Dark Death Mountain. I think, yeah, probably just... You probably just pick Dark Death Mountain and hope.
Yeah, but okay, let's say you do that and you find Samaria. You just start smashing through TR, right? I mean, that's where I like.
Yeah, that's rough. It is definitely rough if you just find Samaria up there.
I hate the Meyer player here because you can't finish it because you need Samaria, but if you feel like you're behind and have to make a crazy play, I kind of love it. It's bad, but maybe a bad play is what you think you need.
I can't see making the Meyer play because even if you find Samaria, you still need an Ice Rod. And so you go into Meyer, you can't finish it, you get 1 item. The other one's on the boss. Then you find Samaria on the mountain. And then you don't find Ice Rod and Turtle Rock.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's terrible. I completely agree. It's whether you feel like you have to make a bad play. Because you're right, if it's on the boss, that's your last location. It's dead to you forever.
Yeah. Right, crystal number 6 for Wombat, and we are at near check parity. Nochibato will be done with these 2 checks shortly, and then the only thing that one runner will have done that the other isn't is Catfish and Pyramid for Nochibato. Honestly, I think before you make any of these decisions, you go check Green Pendant.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I make that Green Pendant call first.
I probably would have checked Green Pendant before even coming to the desert area for Wombat.
I mean, still need to beat Desert. I don't hate the call that he came here first.
All right, we're not miring. We are grabbing this money so we can get some potions. Get a potion. 157 is not going to get you a blue potion. Yeah, I'm with Scottish Brave in chat. I'm heading to the mountain first. Nochibato feels that way as well. Although I still think you check East Green Pendant before you do any of this other stuff. Also, I think while you're here, you do Spike Cave, but Nochibato is going to leave that on the table.
Yeah, there's just no good time to ever fit in Spike Cave, unfortunately. So if you come over here, then you got to go back over in Mir. It ruins your portal location to get back to the east side of the mountain. It's just terrible.
I think the best time you do it is if you're...
Oh. Saw a pack and a sword.
Oh, that's a nice find. The only reason I say Nochibato should have done Spike Cave there is he went through the mirror portal instead of taking Hookshot over. So they took the slow way across to the east side of Death Mountain. You might as well just get Spike Cave done while you're there, and then just save and quit back to the mountain and start over.
Yeah, making that choice to climb kind of feels like you're pushing the idea to hit Spike Cave. I wonder if they thought about it and then just decided to second guess and not do it. Maybe
because nothing in the bottle for Nochibato? That could be a consideration. I don't think there's Samaria. There's the inflection point you were talking about. We found Samaria. Are we going to find Ice Rod up here, or are we back to Decision Town?
You have to dive TR here now, right? Because if you do, you're done. If it's just sitting in TR, you're done.
Yeah. You all absolutely have to dive TR here.
And that is going to bring up some interesting choices for Nochi, unless they find that other sword in the game, not getting tempered, and having not filled up their bottle, has no bottle. Because they will not be going back down the mountain if the ice rod's just hanging out somewhere up here.
Yeah, absolutely not. Well, it's not in Hookshot Cave. Do you find our first boomerang, which will speed up left side Gainus Tower just a little bit?
Yeah, but it's the dirt boomerang. It's the trash boomerang.
All opinions are held.
I say it to incite the chaos. Wombat grabbing there, Samaria, thinking, well, now what do I do? I mean, it's just in Laser Bridge, right, James? Right, buddy? Pal?
It's probably in Laser Bridge. None of our other stuff that's always in Turtle Rock is in Turtle Rock this time. There's no flippers here. There's no bow here. It's got to be an ice rod, right? Oh, the worst possible Turtle Rock layout. Both runners are gonna have to go to lava chest in this one. Not to incite chat anymore, but that is a fantastic emote, Tiberius.
Yeah, shout out to Midnight Sumo. If you know, you know.
I don't. I'm gonna have to do some research because
it's worth it.
Sumo is definitely a fun watch. That is for sure.
Yeah, Tavares is a buddy of mine. He turned me on to a little Midnight Sumo. It's worth it. All right, our runner is pushing through Turtle Rock in all its hopeful glory.
Yeah, we found one item here so far. Unsurprisingly, it's a piece of art.
What?
I know. Nochibato off to grab a big key out of here.
It's a little too much vanilla for me, I think. Wombat, oh.
Chain Chomp number 1 earning that pay again.
Yeah, this mode showing off why green mail can sometimes be a real bummer.
You know, she's getting real lucky with that second fire rod shot. Second time through gets it done. Nochibato, a fan of checking Mimic Cave before Big Chest. I like it.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh my.
It's just a long way, no big deal.
If you're a fan of a certain Nochibato, you better hope they find another sword on the way. And that death by Wombat, not just on Lambo, but now on Chain Chomp's really going to be telling quite the tale, as it just puts them that little bit further behind, knowing that Ice Rod's on the way.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very close. We'll see how much of a difference Master Sword versus Tempered Sword makes, and if that comes together. Are you happy now? Are you happy?
I am. Thank you.
Okay, okay.
I enjoy the finer things in life. I'm sorry.
You and Tyler Salt. Mirrors out for ARabidWombat, gonna grab this ice rod out of Mimic Cave. Meanwhile, Nochibato's got a fish, a key, at a laser bridge. I'll certainly check all 4 of these chests looking for a sword.
Yeah, I would think so as well. You're already here. You might as well just keep checking and hope a sword's sitting here as well.
Would you accept a piece of heart instead?
In this mode, they're so rare. So Wombat hitting the air-go mode now. Nice key dash by Nochi on that bridge.
Yeah, and this is going to be... This fight specifically is one of the reasons I'm not... This is probably my least favorite of the 5 tournament modes, is Master Sword Trinex, without any sort of extra magic potential.
Might I alert you to a certain fighter sword Trinex fight that happened yesterday?
I did see that.
That was gross.
Inverted is a bad mode. Nicely done on first head for Nochibato. Stuck in the hammer for a little bit. Gonna have to wait to bust out this fire rod. And just a fairy in the bottle, so gotta get through this. Can be a little aggressive trying to get these shots in, though. There we go. It's phase 2 down. So the big danger out of the way for Nochibato here in this Trinex fight. Really well handled at phase 2.
All right, Nochi grabbing their crystal at 117.45.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Wombat taking a lot of damage. Doesn't want to risk dying before getting to... hasn't even gotten the key yet, so doesn't want to risk dying. That takes another death. Thankfully, it won't be too far back.
Oh, wait, yeah, guessing game. Numbers, checks, Ganon's Tower, 1 through 22. Put numbers in, go. I kind of forgot where we were. I was very interested in what was going on in TR. Sorry, I can do the official thing. There are 22 checks in the basement of GT that has the big key that we need to climb said tower. If you'd like to put a number in chat and guess, and if you guess correctly, you'll earn the love and adoration of your peers.
Absolutely. Also, all players in the Rando GT Big Geek Guessing game will get a copy of the Link to the Past Randomizer home game, which is just the Link to the Past Randomizer.
All right, Nochi, gonna go ahead and head right.
All right, pencils down, everyone.
Did you guess one?
This is twice in a row. I've called 2 races this week, and they both had GT Big Key number 1.
Nochi, gonna head to the left side and grab a key. Maybe to Stalfostrom looking for a sword, but as straightforward as this seed has been, I think you have to just go.
Yeah.
And not even gonna look for a sword.
A lucky heart refill. 13 to 14 doesn't do much, unfortunately.
If Nochi doesn't find a sword on the climb here, and we'll see how much they even want to look, and Wombat goes right, this could get real tight at the end.
I kind of wonder if Nochibato was counting pieces of heart. I didn't see him pause even before grabbing that piece of heart off the torch.
Yeah, both runners having silvers is going to negate some of that tempered advantage for phase 4. And not having to push through 24 spins, but I feel like Wombat really needs to go right here to grab this key.
Wombat's got a couple of advantages here. One is the Tempered Sword, and the other is this blue potion. So it's going to be able to make a lot quicker work of these gauntlet rooms than Nochibato will be, and will have the freedom of using medallions to clear out these rooms if he so chooses. There's heart number 15 for Wombat. That's potentially an extra hit in the end of the Ganon fight.
Nochi getting some good sword swings there, knocking those Isaacs into the spikes, killing them a little bit quicker.
Yeah, a little bit RNG dependent, getting a little friendly RNG in that fight. Wombat getting the small key he needs to start making the climb. So one runner will enter the gauntlet at about the same time the other runner leaves the gauntlet.
Nochi having a great setup for those silvers on that land mode 2, but those ghost rocks knocking him out of position for that third shot. Oh, it's so satisfying every time.
Yeah, and it feels bad when you just kind of mess it up. Nochibato not using the lamp there is going to have to pick up this magic refill. At least we don't have to worry about Jingle Glitch anymore.
Right. Well, that's just terrible. I remember watching a race, and I think it was P-Train got nicked by that, and it cost him the race. It's just terrible.
Alright, no swords in Mini Helmasaur room.
Wombat, despite having the sword advantage in these gauntlet rooms, seems to be trailing a little bit behind what Nochi was able to do. Still choosing not to use their magic and just push through with sword swings. As Nochi hits the Moldorm fight.
Wombat was trying for the silver setup. Got the second and third ones. Just had the fire rod out to start the fight. All right, no help. No help upstairs for Nochibato. It's going to have to do this Master Sword Silvers.
I don't know, I feel like they have enough of a lead, it's still going to be okay.
Wombat making kind of a mess out of this room. Does get it on the second attempt.
Yeah, seeing some nerves definitely in this game 3, as straightforward as this seed was. You know, you can try to see some of the nerves in the hands here.
Oh yeah, and with Wombat's side, already taking 3 deaths in this seed. You've got to feel like, did I blow it? Did I mess it up?
Right, and it goes back to what we were discussing before. You know, my opponent did everything right. You know, they made all the right calls, and yeah, that feeling we all have. But down goes Aga 2. Nochibato flying off to head to the final fight of the game.
We just see real fake powder from Wombat.
Yeah, it might have been a muscle memory thing. I really don't think they needed a refill there. But, you know, that mental, this is what I always do, kind of getting in the way, I think.
I fully respect real fake powder. Right, into phase number 1 of this fight for Nochibato. 12 spins with the Master Sword. Little friendly location there.
Oh, I thought maybe they were in 2. I was like, that's a great spot if that's phase 2.
Yeah. Unfortunately, now we're in phase 2 right now. When Ganon starts doing those head shakes before the spin, before you're standing up straight. We get these circle of bats. 12 more spins in this phase. And 9 hearts is a good place to be for Nochibato, plus the fairy. Can take a few hits if things get can be a little aggressive trying to get through this phase a tiny bit faster.
Wombat really struggling with this Aga 2 fight. Patterns not being their friend there, finally gets it. And there's a good position for Nochi. Gonna really just unleash the spins here.
Into phase 3. Unfortunate spawn there. He's gonna have to try and dodge this circle of bats. Gets his first hit. 4 spins in this phase. Wombat will get to be pretty aggressive with this cave, having blue potion in their pocket as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to one-on-one Ganon here, but the Ganon warps on phase 3 are synced between runners, so we'll have to go through the same number of teleports that Nochi is having to.
Oh no, I hid the silvers in Kakariko. Nochibato missing a cycle there. That's 3.
Oof, have to be careful.
Yeah, it's going to have to take time now. It doesn't have any magic refills. It's got to keep both these torches lit. Here we go. Last chance. Last shot. In there. And Nochibato heading to the door. Get your GGs ready in chat. It's been a real close one. Real close.
Oh my, yeah, that's quite the snipe there.
GGs. Nochibato picking up the win. An official time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, 59 seconds, thanks to racetime.gg. And right behind.
Yeah, about a 14-second difference. That is tight. GG's to both of these runners. That was some really good execution and gameplay by Nochi, and some strong coming back by Wombat.
And amazing Triforce text, too.
Yeah.
And we are joined right now by today's winner, Nochibato. GG's.
Oh, thank you. That Triforce text I found funny and also infuriating.
Yeah,
I bet.
Want to welcome Wombat into the booth as well. GG, Wombat.
Hello, thank you.
What a close, tight race. Not a lot of decisions really to be made. Just do dungeons and find vanilla mitts. That's all. That's the only thing you had to step out of the path for.
Yeah, the mitts were not nice. The bow was okay since we got swamp access so early. You weren't going to skip left side there, but like the mitts were bad, and the ice heart. It's like, do I go into? I should go into tier. I don't. It'll be fine.
I skipped the village outcast the first time around, and was apparently the right call, at least for the time being. But then I think I spent too much time after I found the mitts doing overworld checks instead of just going up the mountain. I did get tempered.
Yeah, I don't know. Because the only thing you did that Nochibato didn't do is you did Mire Shed and checkerboard cave, but you had to go back to desert anyways to finish that dungeon.
Right. Yeah, that was the kind of the thing that was eating me. It was like, great, now I have to go back to desert. Like, all right, I could have used bombs to like kill the last landmo head, but I wasn't gonna try that.
Yeah, already having one shot with a fire rod on it, some kamikaze strats with bombs, with the plenty of health you had may have been the difference. But yeah, I could see how that would be. I've got plenty of other things to do. I've got both items. I can just come back to this.
Yeah.
But then that seed was just such a straightforward, get as you go.
It's just like that sometimes.
Yeah, this seed had some interesting gotchas. Vanilla mitts we talked about. Vanilla TR big, that ice rod hiding in Mimic Cave, haha.
Yeah.
Nochi went through turning that mushroom in just to find the powder immediately afterwards.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, turn in the mushroom to get the shovel. So now I got to go check the shovel. That was just a heart piece. Like, no, I don't need that. And then, like 2 minutes later, finding the powder, I had some choice words for that powder.
Yeah.
Where was the mushroom anyway? Was that on the pyramid ledge or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost turned it in immediately. It's like, let me save some in case we get the what is it called?
Samaria first.
Samaria. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Was there any thought from either of you to go to Ice Palace before doing Dark Mountain?
No,
looking
not
for the last
whatsoever.
2 items?
Nope. Maybe Mire Shed, maybe Green Pendant, but not the dungeons.
I'm like, there's 6 things on this mountain I can go get right now.
Yeah,
More
I don't
likely
think
I'm going to find something there than going to Mire or Ice.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to go to Ice when that dungeon could be Samaria locked, and Mire is definitely Samaria locked. So I think both of you made the right decision in the moment, and it was right in truth as well.
I was waiting for it to be bad where we go through the entirety of TR and then it becomes pick a pendant. Go find your ice rod.
Yeah. My first thought, if it wasn't there, was going to be Green Pendant in case I could just save the portal. And then I was probably heading to Ice.
I mean, I probably would have also gone to Ice.
Nochi, when you climbed up the mountain to head toward TR, you took that path to Mir near Hera. Did you ever consider doing the Spike Cave then?
I did, but I figured if I didn't get the cane, I'd be locked out of TR anyway, so I'd do it after I opened the TR portal.
Makes sense.
I had a thought and I stayed with it for once. I tend to break all my thoughts really fast in this game. I have an idea. No, that's not.
Anything else you want to add about this seed? Very just kind of straightforward. Kind of hit a dungeon, get an item. Hit Kakariko, get 10 items.
Our Kakarikos have been loaded this series. We've been kitted out pretty good by the time we left.
Yep. Almost every game we've played has been like, all right, just go find 10 items in CAC. Go nuts. It's just funny how it's keep working out that way. But no, I think the only thing I guess in retrospect now, thinking about the seed that I feel bad about was all right, maybe I should have tried to bomb Landmo when I was there because I already had one fire rod shot on it, so I wouldn't have to go back to desert, which maybe would have put me off doing the Smith chain, and I would have gotten up the mountain sooner, and then just taking deaths and TR because bad at laser skipping and chain jumps. So just little things I got to work on.
At least you had the foresight to blow open the back door in TR, and it wasn't a massive time loss, but it was a little bit, fortunately.
I mean, the difference in this race is only 12 seconds, so...
Yeah.
I was just glad I had a fairy so I could be a little bit more cavalier, but I was worried on that Trinex fight that I wasn't going to have enough.
Yeah, I had bought the blue potion, but I was being probably maybe a little too conservative about using it.
You found money? Like the
There
first
was
big money I
300. There
found.
were 300 rupees in Checkerboard Cave.
Like the first big rupees I found.
Back and actually went for it.
The first rupees I found were in like Hookshot Cave. It's like that was the first 300 I found. I had like $100 before that.
Just think about
I
the
do
pieces of
have-
heart you got, though.
I skipped most of those too.
I think I also did the tree pull a few times for money.
Oh, that would have been smart.
Oh, Nochibato, I wanted to ask you. You were you counting pieces of heart when you grabbed the one off the torch?
No. I was just lucky.
Right.
I was hoping because I took way too many Lionel shots on the way into GT, but I figured I could survive to an anti-fairy somewhere. Hopefully. As long as he can get into GT, it's not super dangerous, unless, of course, it's one.
Right. Yeah. Chest one.
I was really banking on a sword in there.
Nope, not this today.
But I'm just going to say GG's to Wombat. It was fun racing it, and I'll try to make you proud next round against TT Chaos.
Yeah, good luck. GG's again. Thank you very much for the races. It's been fun. I'd also like to thank the comms team and the trackers and the commentators for putting on this restream.
Yes, thank you, Star. Thank you, James, Talon, Homewrecker. We can't do any of this without you.
Yeah, thanks for a great race, guys. And yeah, if you liked what you saw, and I can't imagine you didn't, go ahead and consider giving these guys a follow. But yeah, great race, both of you.
Hit those links in chat, and what a race! And congratulations again to Nochibato taking on TTKS next round.
Yeah, GG's, and good luck, Nochi, on your next races. Good run to the tournament, Wombat.
Thank you.
You're able to get this race on, so yes, please do give both runners a follow. As well as your two commentators, James FNX and Talon116, as and our tracker home record. Put all the links there in the chat. This was an excellent race to watch, so if you want more action, please keep an eye on the CSR schedule, because they've got plenty more going on. Currently over on CSR2, we've got the Ocarina of Time Randomizer standard and a weekly race. We'll be heading over there shortly. They're about an hour and 46 minutes in and still have a ways to go. So we'll see how that's going for them. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, we'll have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard EU weekly race. That'll be on CSR Main. Looks like we'll also have at 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll have another CC match bracket channel. This will be a game one match between Yuki Kaze versus B-Bottle. We've also got the grand finals of the Skyward Sword Wing Clash 80% Tournament 2023 between Your Average Link and KitKat. Those will both be on CSR Main. And then, I need to fix the schedule there. We also have on Monday another ALttPR CC match, Game 3. That'll be between Adirondack Brick and Ivy Karma. That'll be probably on CSR Main as well, so hope to see y'all then. But in the meantime, that'll be it here for us tonight. Thank you for watching, all, and we'll see you next time.